Okay, when this
Hi,
is
I'm
Saul.
Saul, Sonoma Valley Pool and Spa. We're going to do an inspection here. This is your pool spa combination system. You can see that it's a full automatic cover. The cover's in really good shape, although it's a little dirty from the olive droppings. It's going to be that way, but just be happy that you have the cover because all of those would be in the pool without it. Same goes for the hot tub, but we'll get to that point later. The ignition for this cover is right here inside the pump area. Very simple. To the left is open, to the right is closed. Looks like there's some other keys here for something. Don't know what. I guess you can find out yourself.
Yeah.
But anyways, fully automatic. These things are designed to be able to handle the weight of a baby elephant. Okay, so that you get the safety factor. One thing is you definitely have to have line of sight when you're opening, and we can see it through this lattice effect. The taller person can get it there too. So we retract it, and here we go. This is a West Coast fiberglass drop-in pool. Same goes for the hot tub over there. This one's approximately 16,000 gallons, if that, maybe 15 to 16,000 gallons. There is a spec sheet somewhere for this particular insert, but I don't have it. I don't know. It's an older model one. If you look close, there are some areas, and Heather, you come around this side. I'm going to point. It has a tile barrier around the water line, and there's a few areas we are missing some tile. Here, some of these little areas. These tiles are actually just adhered with a silicone adhesive. Okay, so they can expand and contract with the temperature variations. You want a little bit of flexibility. So it's not uncommon for some of these to pop off. I did notice inside the pump room that they have saved them so they can be reattached. Done. So there's a few of them in here, maybe a few extras, because there's not a whole lot missing. There's just a few here and a couple right over here. So that, of course, will be written up in the report when we do it too. Now, periodically the cover will need a maintenance. I say every couple of years you get the cover company, and this company that installed this is called Pool Covers Inc. And it's not just they come out and they'll adjust the pulleys. There's some mechanisms that they need to adjust, making sure that it closes and retracts even, lubricate some things, and clean off the cover a bit or whatever they do for the feet. But I say every couple of years is a good investment for them to do that. I think they charge maybe $300 or something like that. So over here with the pool, it has the skimmer, which is over here. There's a lid, and in here is where the water is drawn into the system here. There's a basket in here that collects it. There's no problems with it whatsoever. There are some incidental cracks. You're going to see these things in the concrete, and especially these areas where they have a fixture. The expansion joints are designed to hopefully get the crack, because all concrete will crack eventually. It doesn't mean it's a structural problem. The pool is completely level. As we went around, I took measurements around the water line up to the tile, so we're in good shape with that. Meaning that it doesn't seem like we're shifting or anything. One particular thing regarding fiberglass pools is we can never drain them completely without the possibility of this popping right out of the ground, floating out of the ground like a boat. The structure that holds the integrity of this pool down is really the concrete and the water weight holding it in here. So there is a warranty void of these things if you ever drained them. Obviously there are some needs and possibilities that have to happen. At that point you want to do it in the dead of summer when we know we haven't had any rain, to alleviate any potential static water pressure that might be in the ground. So just don't drain it. There's really no need to, unless there's a major catastrophe with it. So over here you're going to see a series of little fixtures in the pool. Those were fiber optic lighting for this system. Years ago, they incorporated these into these pools, but unfortunately, they have all failed, and there's no retrofit for them currently. I know the owner of the company for West Coast Fiberglass Pools, and they're trying to come up with some sort of solution to get these things illuminated again. They do have some aftermarket kind of battery-operated lights for lighting up. But I think outdoor lighting and stuff at night would probably suit it just as well. But unfortunately, the lights do not work, and there's nothing that we can do about it right now. There's several little areas on the bottom of the pool. It's going to be difficult to see with the camera maybe, but there are little spots of rust stains, like something maybe fell down there, a nail or a little piece of ferrous metal, and it has rusted. The good news about a fiberglass pool is they can be removed. Actually, simply putting some vitamin C on there can take those stains out. Going to be a little process to do so, but it can be done. Moving along, you're going to see a little thing here inside the pool. That's a little floating chlorine tablet feeder. It's a great source to sanitize the water. There's some other options available, but this is a tried true. But now, I have to warn you that is a chemical dispenser. So, children or anybody, it's not a toy. It kind of looks like a toy because it's floating around. If you're gonna do anything like a vacation or a type of rental type situation with this, I would eliminate this and eliminate liability that way. And we could put it in a different type of feed system that's offline and not accessible to people. Going down the line here, again, a little difficult to see probably on the camera, but this is a vacuum system called it's called a pool cleaner, actually. It's a robotic cleaner that works off the suction pressure of the pump, and it drives around the pool in random fashion, vacuuming the pool. It's a great way to keep the pool pretty clean. You can see that there's a lot of debris around the pool deck area and very minimal in the pool, hence with the cover and the robotic cleaner. So it does a pretty good job. As we move to the shallow end of the pool, you're going to see that you have two entrances. One has a handrail, which is in good shape. It's stainless steel, so it's not going to rust. All right. There's a little bit of a wobble to it, so we're going to need to tighten up the anchors in here. So that'll be something that we put down on the report. But two entrance ways. One doesn't have the rail. One does. Right here are your return jets, okay, or return outlets to the pool. This is where water comes back to the system after it goes through your skimmer over there and being drawn through the vacuum, goes through the filtration system and enters back to the pool as clean water. So it's completing what we call a circuit, drawing water there, going through the system and returning. So you have a loop happening, okay? So pretty straightforward. One other thing, I'm sorry. This over here is an automatic water leveler. Okay, this is a method of keeping the water in the pool. It adds water. As this, it's a glorified toilet float essentially. As this thing goes down, it adds water to the pool, and the float rises and it turns itself off. It has a built-in little overflow line right here, so if the water level were to get up higher, it just cascades into that and goes out to leach, probably out to the field somewhere. But it's in good shape, working good. Periodic, need to clean and kind of make sure it's working good, otherwise it can malfunction. Okay, so here is the heartbeat of the system. It's honestly, there's a lot of stuff in here that doesn't need to be in here anymore. There's some dead equipment. Like this one here, this was an old salt system, a chlorine generator. Here was the cell for it. It's cut out of the system. It's laying down here. There's a couple extra spare old vacuum hoses. Honestly, all this stuff can probably be just thrown away. It's no longer viable or use of need for the pool here. Okay? This system is a computerized control system, which moves the valves, etc. All the programming is done. Actually, the programming is done here. Unfortunately, this system is a Wi-Fi enabled system. It's the top of the line type of situation. But unfortunately, I don't have access to the code, the Wi-Fi, or the password. So we may have to. I know this company here. I'm going to call them up, and maybe we can get the password. This is Simply Clear. I know these guys. They're professionally servicing the pool, so it's been looking probably pretty good. But we need a password and be able to go on, and then what happens is you will get an app like this right here. See the Aqualink app? You open it up, and then you go to My Systems. These are 3 of my particular customers that have this particular system. Then we can go into one of my customers like so, and you're able to, I can see exactly what's going on with her pool right now offsite. Or if you have this downloaded, then you can check it out yourself, turn pumps on and off. Like right now, I'm turning on her spa heater. She doesn't know it, but I'll turn it back off. You know what I mean? So that's it. We need the codes though for that. Unfortunately, there's no way to do it without figuring it out. But everything works. I know that because we can override it with this right here. This is the serviceman's. This is the service guy's being able to do anything he wants to the system. If he's going to provide a service for the pool, he can come over here and put it into the service mode. But this is how I know everything is operating, because as I put it in the service mode, I'm able to turn the filter pump on, and there it comes, turns on. There's an air blower. This is for the hot tub. Okay. For the purposes of talking. There's a jet pump, of course. Here it's coming on, and so on and so forth. There's some unlabeled ones here. You have extra auxiliaries. And what's nice about this system is, if you brought power source for whatever you like, anything that requires 120 volts of electricity or more, you could run it through this system and have it on the app as something here. For instance, you could have a fountain or yard lights or security camera, whatever requires power to operate. And if you ran it into this system, you'd be able to control it. Okay, so you have a lot of potential opening available slots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 available things. I don't know if there's enough, but you can have plenty of yard lights if you wanted to. You have the ability to do it. Okay, so again, some redundant systems here like this out. This here is while we're on this, before we go around and see the other equipment, this is the blower that operates or adds jet action to the hot tub, and I'll show you when we migrate over there how it operates. But it's in good shape. It wobbles around a little bit because it doesn't have a secure thing to it. It's really okay like that. It's high like this, so it's actually above water level, so it's able to force air to the jets and make a more aggressive looking jet. Okay, so we're going to migrate around to the other side. There's another access opening. And this is where we have the pool equipment, or the pumps and filters, etc. So I'm going to stand over here, Heather, and so I can point things out. Right here is the primary pump. Okay, this is an excellent pump. It's a Jandy Stealth. It's a very energy efficient model. It's a 3/4 horse Stealth pump. It operates either the pool or the spa. When I say either, is that you can't have both working at the same time. Okay, it's one system for 2 bodies of water. Okay, so that's what happens is when you engage the hot tub, it will turn this valve. And for the sake of argument, I'm going to have an override switch just to show you what it looks like. So when you hit the spa, that valve automatically turns. Okay, and at that point, there's another valve on the back side over here that's also going to turn, and that's the return water. So when you isolate the hot tub, those valves turn, and then your hot tub is running. At that point, you can turn the heater on, etc., and have a hot tub. All the valves are in excellent shape. The pump is in good condition. One thing that I'm a little jumping ahead a little bit. One thing that I did find wrong with the pumps is it's not bonded. And bonded means there's an extra ground wire which is laying right here. And when they installed these things, they failed to put this on. So we need to reconnect this, and this is just an extra added safety feature in case one of the grounds fails for whatever reason, rat chews it, whatever. Then it has a secondary big thick number 8 copper bond wire that provides the ground protection. Water and electricity, you got to have a little ground source, otherwise it can be problematic if there was. So otherwise, they're both in great shape. If I had to take a guess, they're probably maybe 4 or 5 years old, tops. They're in really good shape. Discovered no leaks. Now we just rained, so there's a lot of wetness. Probably a good idea to keep the area clean. You got a lot of leafy material buildup. What happens is that builds up. We need airflow below these pumps.